It is absolutely crazy to me. I am so behind on this, thanks to our viewers out there breaking more and more stories in the PUBG mobile scene, but still, no one else is talking about the conflict of interest in the PUBG mobile scene. As I can confirm for all of you guys, yes, as a single esports organization, you're allowed to own up to 3 or at least multiple PUBG mobile rosters. And yes, it might be in separate regions, but they still can meet up in the global finals and compete against each other, which presents a huge issue across most other esports. When it comes to PUBG mobile, though, first of which it was actually brought up by FaZe Clan's European manager. If you guys do follow FaZe Clan very closely, they picked up their latest PUBG mobile roster and their first one in Thailand. With future expansions possible, they've been growing in the Asian and especially in the Thai scene. That's already their second overall roster, one in FIFA Online, now one in PUBG Mobile. They still only have that one PUBG Mobile roster, but their manager actually replied to a tweet about this, saying that they can actually own up to 3 rosters, which I assume he meant for PUBG Mobile, because alongside that, we already have other teams who are now signing multiple rosters in the same esport, which generally speaking makes a lot of people out there, maybe CSGO fans, think of Astralis. Astralis at one point in time had hands in Godsent and Heroic until Valve stepped in and said, hey, you can't be owning multiple teams for obvious reasons, right? And now in PUBG Mobile, it's free reign, as several organizations have already signed at least a couple of rosters. If you guys follow a smaller organization known as RRQ, they too have multiple rosters in PUBG Mobile. I don't know, it's blowing my mind as well, as you guys can probably tell, but RRQ, they actually are going to have ones in Indonesia as well as Thailand, and then we have Team Secret also confirming their announcements of 2 separate rosters, one in Thailand and one in Malaysia. And I guess you guys could probably see the trend here of a lot of Asian teams being signed for PUBG Mobile. That's where the viewership is, that's where the player base is, likely where you can actually sign a team for pretty cheap as well. So yes, it has now been officially confirmed by at least 2 organizations, and if you want to throw FaZe in there as well, as you can sign multiple rosters, supposedly up to 3, all have to be in separate regions. Let me clarify that. They must be in separate regions, but they can possibly meet up in the global finals, which, albeit that might eliminate all conflict of interest, but it's super weird to see other esports which do strictly not allow this to happen, because for obvious reasons, if it came time for qualifiers or other events out there, there could be reasons to manipulate results between the 2 teams if they were to meet up. It's a far-fetched idea that it could happen, but the fact that it could happen is why it's a conflict of interest in most esports, and why most esports runners, or I guess you could say big old developer companies out there, step in and say, hey, you can't do this like Valve has done in the past. So there you have it, guys. For any FaZe fans out there, maybe expect a couple more rosters, and I'm sure, you know, they've been doing it. Whenever I talk about FaZe, they do things tremendously well in some cases, and they've been continuing to actually make these moves as well in the Asian scene. So I would not be surprised if we see other FaZe Clan PUBG Mobile rosters. We already have RRQ confirming that, and Team Secret as well, all owning multiple PUBG Mobile rosters. It baffles me what this scene is doing. Tencent puts $5 million into that game alone this year, and all of a sudden, every organization wants a piece of that. For anyone who is curious as well, TSM now has hints of a PUBG Mobile roster coming soon. Cloud9, by the way, already has one. I've heard rumors of them signing another one on top of that. We talked about, I believe, the likes of others as well. Fnatic's already there, and more coming soon. This scene is growing, the player base is growing, and a lot of organizations from North America, Europe, other regions are now flooding Asia for PUBG Mobile, and can do so with multiple rosters. What do you guys think about this? Until next time, drink your coffee, drink your water. I'll be back here soon. Okay, bye. Hey, whoa.